Hi there, I'm back again and again, like a bad habit. I apologize for the abrupt ending to, or at, or in, let me get my preposition correct here. Um, the previous video, my 6-year-old walked in the room and started babbling and rambling on to me, so I had to trim the recording. So it kind of cut off. I trimmed a little too much. Anyway, I was just talking about the extra credit Canvas orientation quiz. And just to remind you that this corresponds to the second link right here. And I will actually add a note after this, something like, extra credit quiz attached or something like that. But here's where you will actually take the quiz. And the points you make on it are the points you'll get for extra credit. So if you make, 15 points out of 20, I can't remember how it's set up, then you'll get 15 points. If you get all 20 points, then you get 20 points. So that's how that goes. And I will manually enter the grades. And again, it's set to 0 because it's considered extra points. And if I gave it an actual point value, it would just be considered a regular assignment. So if you didn't do so hot on it, you missed 3 questions, and you only got, let's say, 5 points, then you would actually lose points in your average. Option 2, extra credit, is very easy. Over under account over here, I want you to upload a semi-close-up or close-up of your face. Not a picture of your dog, not a picture of your family, and there's a waterfall in the background, and I can hardly identify who's who. It can be a selfie. Obviously I have to say this because it's happened before. Make it appropriate. Don't post a picture of yourself flexing your muscles in a wife beater or in a bikini top or whatnot. Just keep it, consider this professional context. So that's not something, if you were to post on LinkedIn, that would not be on your LinkedIn profile picture if you were looking for a job. So you keep that same quote rule in mind when you post a picture here. It's very easy. You don't have to be beautiful or handsome. It can be a quirky, silly picture of you, sticking your tongue out or something. Just something so that, I think I said before, if I saw you in the hall, I could put the face and name together. And finally, here is the textbook, and that corresponds to the code that you had to buy for, I believe, I'm almost positive it's $25 through the bookstore. And it's just right here, textbook, readings, and videos. Now, again, you can actually directly go to the assignment from assignments, but you cannot, if you want to see or read the material that corresponds to the assignment or to the quiz, go here and, well, let me pull up, because I'm not a student, so I don't have, my access is different. I already have it open on another page. So I am in student view, and this is what you will see. So there are basically, if you want to call it, 9 modules, 9 sort of chapters, units. Course introduction, you'll see this one. You just click on the link. There's only one content piece in this section, and that is discussion. I need to change that to a lowercase I. Self-introduction. For this, you have to obviously kind of introduce yourself, but you have to create an infographic about yourself. So an autobiographical infographic, similar to what I did, but of course you don't have to use neon 1980s colors. And you have to post it. So if you just Click on there. Here are examples, all the instructions, and you can attach it. So that is that. And so we get to see you a little bit more, get to know a little more about you. Again, obviously keep it appropriate. Try to let your personality come through via your color choice. If you intend to include images, which there wouldn't be a graphic, hence infographic. If you didn't, you will see again that mine is 2 pages. You don't have to be. I just included a little more information in text than what is normally included. And again, just pictures on the second page, just because I wanted to make sure that you all have a good sense of who I am, that I am a real person, and I do exist on the other end of the computer. And, know a little about me in terms of my education, that I am educated. And even though I often act, hence up here, like an idiot savant or the village idiot, I'm semi-intelligent. We'll leave it at that. So that'll be your very first required assignment. And instructions are all up here. So if you just click back on Learning Path, it'll take you to the next one, Introduction to College Writing. And here you will see the PowerPoint that corresponds to this material. Not all information in the PowerPoints will be relevant to what we're doing, but I just included the whole PowerPoint. Reading Anatomy of a Writing Assignment. This is from the e-text, tells you right there. Discussion, designing a rubric. This is based on what you read here. There's also instructions here. You'll see due dates, times, anatomy of a writing assignment, self-check. These are low stake, 10-point, usually 4 to 5 multiple choice questions, or true false type questions. And then this is a longer quiz that counts. They usually count 30 points. I think 1 or 2 maybe count like 35 or something like that, but you get the idea. And so this just kind of make sure you understand before you move on to the big quiz. And it'll show, I forget how it does it, because since I'm in student view, but it'll show something like a check mark that you've read the material or that you've completed the assignment. And then when you go back to Learning Path, of course, this will change, the status bar. Time management, and critical reading and questioning. So here with Unit 4, we get into the real meat of the course. I think you'll like most of the assignments. I know quizzes aren't super fun or exciting, but for example, the visual rhetoric is a fascinating unit. You can pick one that I have chosen or included, or your own, meaning your one that you find on your own, not like your own piece, photograph or a painting. You have to write, I think it's like a 2.5 page double space analysis of it. Do the same with film. You get to critique a critiquer, meaning you write a review of someone else's film review. Argument persuasion. You're not going to be writing full-blown essays, but you will write like chunks or parts of an essay, and claims and evidence. And then these are the extra credit assignments, the 2 extra credit assignments. NetTutor went over already. The Collin Writing Center is, again, both of these can be online, or for this one, NetTutor is only online. For Collin Writing Center, you can also visit any one of the campuses if you happen to live nearby. But it's similar to NetTutor, except NetTutor has a much quicker turnaround. And because usually the Collin Writing Center is just overwhelmed because it's understaffed. And sometimes the way their system works, papers, stuff you send in, get lost. So anyway, that's the other 2 extra credit assignments. And course details, this is something that Barnes & Noble, this is one of their products. The course description is a little bit different than what I would write, but I'm not allowed to edit this, and there's no way for me to. But this video is really cool, and it's short. So that's under the course details. Excuse me, I lost my train of thought. And so that is basically the class. And I am a stickler for due dates. As I said, I think in the very first video, no makeups, no redos, unless you have hospital records that you were in the hospital, or, you know, if it's something like my father had a heart attack last night and, you know, I've been up with him, you know, in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, if God forbid someone dies, but again, like, you know, just fender benders, colds, flu, you know, we all as adults have things like that, in general life problems that, you know, that are part of being alive. But serious circumstances, certainly, you know, the worst I can say is no, at least ask for serious circumstances. Going on vacation somewhere does not count. All right. You know, oh, I won't have Wi-Fi for the week of blah, blah, blah. You can always work ahead. You can complete the entire semester of work, you know, probably by end of February if you wanted to. So keep that in mind, and please read the material. The readings are not long, and watch the videos. They're usually not long either, the embedded videos. And I've chosen ones that are very relevant, very helpful, and as interesting as possible given the topic, the nature of the subject. Excuse me again for losing my voice. I've made videos for all 5 of my courses. So plus with the cold thing, just eating up my throat. Anyway, look forward to working with you. I hope you have a great semester. If you find any broken links, anything that's not working, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email through Canvas, the inbox. And this is my first semester using this Barnes & Noble sort of platform. And so I'm not exactly sure, because the student view is so much different than my view, how everything will play out. So if, you know, there are some technical problems or whatnot, just bear with me. Barnes & Noble has great, you know, obviously it's a huge corporation, great customer service for this product, and we will get it straightened out. And if I need to push back due dates, I will certainly do that. And that's it. So have a wonderful semester. Try your hardest, even though I know most of you are probably bitter about having to take another English class. I think you will really find it interesting, and the level of critical thought and analysis that the assignments and the material engage you in will definitely transfer to any job that you do. Yeah, yes, you won't be asked to write a, you know, analysis about a photograph. But I think, again, as I've also said before, or maybe I said this something similar in my American literature course, that the same skills in terms of cognitive skills will come into play. You know, if you're a lawyer, a pharmacist, a doctor, an electrician, you need to be able to think complexly, and need to think in terms of complexities. On that note, I said I shut up. I'll let you go. Okay, bye-bye.